Hey, my name is Jennifer Cameron, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the water crisis in Ethiopia and how your vote can help solve this crisis. Ethiopia is an entirely landlocked country located in East Africa in what is called the Horn of Africa and is one of the poorest countries in the world. Ethiopia has been hit by frequent droughts and famines. The main source of water in the country is rainfall that results into having many transboundary rivers which have different water volume in different seasons. Ethiopia's healthcare system is among the least developed in sub-Saharan Africa. It is not able to effectively cope with the significant health problems facing the country. There is a lack of physical access to even basic healthcare facilities in rural areas. Ethiopia is among 57 other countries in the world identified by the World Health Organization to have a critical shortage of health workforce. Widespread poverty, poor nutritional status, low education levels, and poor access to health services have contributed to the high burden of ill health in the country. The World Health Organization reports healthcare utilization is low at a 0.36% utilization rate. Ethiopians, especially in rural areas, visit traditional healers or holy waters first when sick, and they only seek professional care when they're severely ill. The majority of the poor of Ethiopia feel discriminated when it comes to health care. Most people do not seek treatment because they cannot afford it. There are high out-of-pocket spending that restricts an already poor society from the utilization of health care. Often, when they do seek care, there are often no drugs or no drugs supplied free of charge, so the patient then just returns home untreated. The waiting time is long at the government health centers, which also deters Ethiopians from seeking care. As much as 80% of the health problems in the country are due to preventable, communicable, and nutritional diseases. These health problems are associated with low socioeconomic development. Ethiopia does not fully provide access to clean water for society in both the rural and the urban areas, but more so especially in the rural areas. Nearly 75% of Ethiopians do not have access to clean drinking water, making water contamination the leading cause of illness in the country. Water supply services in Ethiopia are among the lowest in Africa, with an average consumption of only 15 liters per capita per day in urban areas, which is far below the World Health Organization's standard of 45 liters per person per day. The current conditions of limited clean water resources in Ethiopia stem from a combination of geographical, political, and economic factors. The majority of Ethiopia receives unpredictable rainfall patterns, which contributes to recurrent droughts in the area, causing an inadequate water supply. In addition to geography factors that may be out of control for the Ethiopians, the war from May 1998 to June 2000 has contributed to Ethiopia's limited clean water supply. Ethiopia's government spending on this war further delayed the ability of the government to aid its own people. Ethiopia's war with the neighboring country did not help in the development of the Ethiopian economy, as the country's limited funds were utilized to pay for combat. Ethiopia's massive spending on this war revealed they spend at least $150 million on fighting and was estimated to spend $1 million a day during the war. Ethiopia's massive spending on the war has taken away from the government's resources that could have been used to improve the economy and the water supply. Most Ethiopians collect water from shallow, unprotected ponds, which they share with animals, or they collect water from shallow wells. These water sources are subject to contamination as rainwater washes waste from surrounding areas into the water source. During times of drought, water-related diseases are rampant. Surface water sources such as springs and ponds dry up. Remaining water sources are heavily contaminated by environmental waste, such as human and animal waste, worms, and diseases, which is washed in when it does rain. The stagnant water serves as a breeding place for mosquitoes. In rural Ethiopia, women and children walk up to 6 hours a day to collect water. The women do the majority of the fetching of water, and some of the jugs that they carry weigh up to 40 pounds. This issue also hinders the development of the country, as many women and children are deprived of educational opportunities because they are preoccupied with gathering water from the distant locations. As water consumption is essential to human survival, women must use their time and energy to travel to the water resources. Many girls do not attend school because they have to help their mother while she fetches the water. Over 9,000 children in Ethiopia die each year due to diarrhea caused by unsafe drinking water. Children are finding themselves unable to attend school because they are either sick or most choose finding water as the first priority over their education. The biggest problem with the water in Ethiopia relates to disease and sickness. Waterborne illnesses such as cholera or diarrhea are the leading cause of death in children under 5 years old in Ethiopia. The lack of clean water resources in Ethiopia cause widespread issues including poor hygiene, cholera outbreak, dehydration, and high child mortality. The limited water resources of Ethiopia gives its citizens no choice but to utilize any water it can access, regardless of its sanitary condition. Also, around 7.5 million Ethiopians suffer problems related to high fluoride levels from the water. There are 3 different types of water-related disease that is seen in Ethiopia. The first one is water-washed diseases, and they are considered those caused by lack of personal hygiene. One of the most common of these diseases is Shigella, which causes dysentery, scabies, leprosy, trachoma, skin infections, and even ulcers. Waterborne diseases are another type of disease that is spread when humans ingest contaminated water. Typhoid, cholera, hepatitis, and dysentery are the most common diseases resulting from animal and human waste contaminated water. Diarrheal diseases are also seen regularly and can be some of the most harmful. The symptoms and effects of diarrheal diseases can be fatal for those that already suffer from inadequate immune systems. Water-based diseases are the next type, and they are when aquatic organisms transmit them. Worms can infect humans by penetrating the skin during a bath or by being ingested in contaminated water. These worms cause schistosomiasis, which is the second most deadly parasitic disease, only behind malaria. 4 in every 5 people infected with this disease are living within the sub-Saharan Africa. So today, I'm asking for your time and your vote to put an end to this water crisis in Ethiopia, as we in America choose between tap, bottled, and sparkling water that are all readily available. The people of Ethiopia are just wanting clean water to drink that is free from human and animal waste, worms, and bacteria after traveling up to 6 hours a day to fetch the water. So the solution I have for you today is the Life Sack. So now you're probably asking yourself, what is the Life Sack? Well, the LifeSack is an ingenious water purification system that serves double duty as a container for shipping grains and then used as a solar water purification system. Donating grains and other food is not uncommon for charities, but the LifeSack provides the same service by initially carrying food, but then Ethiopians are able to use the sack as a water purification kit. So with your vote, we can buy these sacks and give to charities to fill with the grains, rice, beans, etc. that they normally send to Ethiopia. But after the Ethiopians use the products, they can then use these sacks to purify their water. The LifeSack works by using SODIS, which is solar water disinfection process technology, to filter contaminated water. UVA radiation and the bag's thermal treatment process work to kill deadly microorganisms and bacteria in the water. So basically, UVA radiation, or the sun's energy, which is a free resource, is used to filter harmful bacteria. The filters in the sack can filter out impurities up to the size of 5 nanometers, so disease-causing deadly microorganisms can be filtered out. In addition, the LifeSack can also be used as a backpack to carry water from the source of the water to the community. It can hold up to 20 liters of water in it and appears to be more comfortable than carrying a heavy bucket around. So today, I'm asking you to vote yes for clean water for the people of Ethiopia. The LifeSack just makes sense. It is dual purpose and gives Ethiopians grains and other food already supplied by charities, but then provides them with a reusable device to have clean water. Your vote will promote life in Ethiopia. So the choice is pretty easy to me. Vote yes to the LifeSack.